Hey, what's up, guys? I'm finally back for a long overdue update on the tanks. Just want to start by apologizing for not having a video out for a while. I've been working like crazy. Actually lost the charger to the battery for this camera, and I was just going to go out and buy one, but I was doing water changes yesterday and looking for the adapter for my sink faucet for my Python, and looked everywhere for this charger. Couldn't find it anywhere. I didn't know what the hell happened to it. Thought I left it somewhere else or something, but I was going through a box of fish stuff in my bedroom, and lo and behold, don't know why it was in there, but that's where my camera charger was. So back in action now. Had some issues with the family. My father passed away, but I'm not going to get into all that stuff because you guys are here to look at fish tank videos. But anyways, been away for a while. I'm back now. I believe the last time I talked to you guys, I had the white fungus issue or whatever the hell it was in my tank. And as you can see, all of that's gone. Did a big heavy water change on it yesterday. Cleaned everything up, rescaped a little bit, and trimmed out a bunch of plants, put some new plants in. So you can still see a little bit of the white fungus on the crypts. But as you can see, everything's standing up real tall now. You know, nice and stout. And coming along real well. I'm happy with it. Got some new fish, got some new plants. Basically right now, still not the scape that I'm going for, but I've just been buying any plant that I see that's different than what's in here, just because I want to see what's going to do best in my water quality. And because as you can see, the swords didn't turn out so well, so I chopped a bunch of them back yesterday, ripped out like 5 of them. The one that Pelfrey gave me is this big one right here, and that's the little runner that was off of it. Gave me those months ago when I was still at the other apartment, and they're still hanging on. They're the only 2 that are. The other ones were all, the leaves were getting real clear, and the swords do not like my water quality for some reason. I'm not sure why. This Argentine sword's finally starting to come back. It was just about ready to get ripped out of there and started showing me some new growth after these heavy water changes. So I do have, it's hard to see now because I just scrubbed everything yesterday. You can see a little bit on the black glass, or the back glass, but had some brown diatom algae problems, but it's a fresh tank, so that's going to happen. But for that, I got 12 auto sinklesses in here. I still haven't pulled the ones out of my tank in the kitchen yet, but they're going to go in here. There's 4, so that'll give me a total of 16, and then I'll get 4 more and have the original 20 like I wanted in here, and go from there. But these are just little bitty guys, so I was wondering if they were going to survive the angels or not, but angels ain't pissing with them at all, so pretty happy about that. Got some makeshift water polishers in here just because I did do the water change and kick all kinds of shit up yesterday. But the Anubias I pulled out and peroxided it all down. It was getting, as it always does, gets the brown algae the worst out of all the plants. So took both of them and kind of stuck them there to make it look like one. I've got new growth coming off of it right there and a few other spots that are hard to see with the camera. But so the Anubias is doing good. I put in, if you remember, that's all from my shrimp tank, the Sturgeon Rippins. It's all been floating in my kitchen tank, so I decided to get it out of there. It was starting to turn a real light green color. Get it out of there and stick it in some kind of substrate, and it seems to be kicking. It's been in there for 5 or 6 days now, and already seeing some new growth on that. So I just bought this corkscrew valve at my local pet shop. Well, a kind of local pet shop. I drove an hour away to see if I could find some better fish, and didn't really find no fish, but I found corkscrew valve, and this is I want to say it's some kind of Sagittaria. I cannot remember what kind it was. Anybody knows, give me a holler on that. But I can't even remember. It said it on the glass when I grabbed it, but they were cheap. They were like $2, so I grabbed me a big old thing of it. The high grow, I threw some of that in here just because my original 10-gallon tank, when I very first got into this hobby, didn't really know nothing about substrates or lighting or anything. Had some of that high grow from like Walmart or something like that, and it just took off and went to town in my tank, and I never had algae problems or nothing. So put that in about a week ago. If the angels would get out of the way, it's either the glare or the angels, one of the two. But Put that in there about a week ago, and it actually started thinning out. I didn't think it was going to work out in here. And then just in the past 2 days, you can see from right there to right there, it sent that chute off. There's a couple more coming off the tops of the other ones. So I think it's going to take off. It just needs to adapt to the water conditions and start growing a little different. And as it does, I'll chop that off, plant it down, and rip this stuff out, you know what I mean, if it starts falling apart. But yeah, moving on. That's also some stuff that Pelfrey gave me. It was looking miserable when I first put it in here, and it's actually starting to come along. I was just about ready to rip it out too, and I started seeing new growth, and it actually shot a little runner off right against the rock right there, as you can see. So yeah, that's that. I already talked about the swords. I took all of the Ludwigia and the Rotala, chopped it all down, took the tops of the Ludwigia, stuck them back in. This all happened about 2 weeks ago, and you can see where the new growth starts about right there. So that's what I've gotten in 2 weeks, and I got maybe 6 stems in there. Some of them aren't looking so hot, but hopefully that takes off for me. I can just keep propagating it and sticking it down, get me a nice big canopy going over there. Same thing with the Rotala. I didn't even chop it and stick it in. This was the stuff that was growing off the bottoms of all of it, so I just took scissors and cut everything off, and that's what it's doing. So the Java Fern Windalove is doing pretty damn good. I moved it from in the center over there to here because my crypts were trying to grow through it and just looking shitty and gnarly. So pulled it out, stuck it over here until I do find my piece of driftwood that I'm looking for. I'm kind of digging it though. And bought some new Pogo Stamen Helferi because, as you remember, my shrimp tank, I had it rolling pretty good in there, and then in the move, all my shrimp and most of the plants died from that. So this was a pretty nasty batch. I just put it in there yesterday, so it's going to take a while for that to fill in and start looking good, but hoping it'll take off and do a nice little carpet, you know, coming around here and fill out real nice, and go from there. My crypts are all just doing freaking amazing. These are all standing up real good. My Cryptocorn Balancii, whatever the hell it is. It's one of my favorite plants, and it just so happens that it's the one that's doing the best in this tank right now. It was down to like 2 or 3 leaves in my 20 tall, and since I've put it in here, you can see I'm not going to sit here and count them, but for that reason, I went and bought, if you can see, 1, 2, 3. Went and bought 3 more yesterday, so just put those in too, and they were all, you know, almost all the way down to the substrate. Now they're already standing up nice and tall like the big ones, so hopefully those grow in. I'll get a nice, once that water polisher's coming out of here, it's not permanent, but then just have these crypts come all the way around here, wrap down into it, and then have my nice little crypt bed here. I want to, once these start taking off and doing real healthy, I'm going to pull a couple, propagate them off, split them up, and get this kind of a nice curve coming into the Pogo Stamen Helferi there. And otherwise, that's about that. Already at 8.5 minutes. I mean, I have so much to talk about, but then again, really not. It's a waiting game. I want to let everything just start growing in real healthy before I piss with it too much more. I finally got it looking decent. You know, sitting on the couch, it's a good deal. I like it. I got all my Serpae Tetras from the kitchen tank in here now, and as I said, I got the Auto Sinkless. Already went over that. The damn neons. I had one good size one. There was 2 good size ones left in here that never got touched or affected. And I had one more big one in my kitchen tank, so I decided to throw him in there. And their colors were just popping, so I was like, alright, I'm going to go buy some more. So I bought 6 more when I bought my last 6 Auto Sinkless. And I'm already down to 3 of those too. And their tails are all nipped off. I don't know if it's these little assholes or those big assholes, but something's nipping their tails. I've only found 1 body so far, though. When I was cleaning the tank yesterday, I found 1 and pulled him out, but there should be 3 more in here somewhere, but there's not. So I don't know if they're eating them whole or if they're just hiding really good. There's not a lot of hiding spots in here, so I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm going to, at my local pet store, they got them $1 a piece right now, or 5 for $5, so I can't really pass it up. Normally they're like $3.50 or something, so I'm going to go out and buy like 10 more, put them in this tank down here, and let them grow out, or maybe even in with the endlers down here. Probably in with the endlers because I got to get to medicating the gourami in that one pretty soon. But yeah, put them in here, get them to grow out a little bit, and then I'll put them up in the above tank. The endlers are, see if I can get down here, going absolutely crazy. It's a bit messy in here just because there's like 3 stages of fry, and some of them are so small that I'm so afraid to vacuum the gravel because I'm afraid I'll suck them out of there and kill them. But looking good. The first batch of fry that you guys saw on one of my previous videos are already starting to get some colors. This camera's not going to pick it up too well, but they're coloring up, and then there was another batch after that and another batch after that. So pretty excited about that. I'm going to have to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with them here pretty soon, or they're going to overrun me. But they might just have to be fish food for the angels. I'm not sure. I got some duckweed that I found at a local lake when I was fishing the other day. Just grabbed a cup of it, seeing if I can grow it out. I run this light on here for about only 4.5 hours now because, as you can see, it's burning the hell out of my Anubias. So moved it all the way to the front, and I'm only running it for like 4 hours, and then I just drop it down onto these two. I got the duckweed in that one, and dwarf water lettuce and red water lettuce in there. It was a batch that I ordered off of eBay, and it just looked pretty shitty, so I didn't want to put it in my tanks. So I stuck it in there in some still water and try to get it to look good before I throw it in the tanks. But that about sums everything up. Sorry I haven't been around, but I do have my charger now. I'm going to keep good tabs on it, and hopefully be bringing you guys a couple videos a week, at least one video a week, no matter what. I promise that. So unless some shit happens, but as of right now, that's all I really got to say. Plans for the bow front coming up soon. Plans for the whatever size that tank is coming up pretty soon. And we'll go from there. I almost have all the fish out of there. I just got a couple more that I got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with. The Farewell going in here. And I need somewhere to put my Cory cats. I want them in this tank, but I'm afraid the Eco Complete's going to, you know, piss with their barbells or whatever. So thinking about getting some black sand for in here because I don't like how the red's starting to come through anyways, the fluorite. Cap this with black sand and then get all my Corys in here maybe, but we'll figure all that out later. As of right now, this is the plan and that's what's going on. So thanks for watching. Later.